Hey, what's happening, people? Welcome to another great episode of the Arrington Gavin Show, your go to spot for sharp insights, bold opinions, and unfiltered takes on the biggest stories of the day, whether it's politics, sports, pop culture, or the latest buzz. Look, as always, we're diving deep and keeping it real. So, I had to make sure my mic was on. So, do me a favor, kick back, stay informed, and get ready to join the conversation. My friends, as always, thank you so much for taking the time, 1 hour of your time, to tune into the Arrington Gavin Show. I am your host and friend, Arrington Gavin, coming to you on this wonderful day. It's a great day to be alive. It's a great day to just to have clothes and to have resources that not a lot of folks have. So I just, you always got to give thanks, to the Most High, and just, just be grateful. Be grateful. Everybody always asks, Arrington, are you a argumentative person? And I always say no, because life is too short. I don't. That's to me, that's a waste of oxygen. I don't. Why rather arguing or having conflicts with somebody, why you can just be grateful and keep it forward. So yeah, I say all that to say, if you ever come to a issue where you're about to, you know, come to blows with a stranger or fight or argue or something, don't even pay it. Just let it go. Just ignore it. Just ignore it. Okay. Speak your piece. But I mean, come on, just it's we life is too short. As always, life is too short. But on today's show, guys, of course, we got a good lineup of topics and conversations for you. Do me a favor, be sure to follow us on our social media platforms. You can find us at the Arrington Gavin Show, available on X, formerly known as Twitter, Instagram, Blue Sky, and you can also check us out on Substack. Okay, you can check us out on Substack, and you can check us out on Patreon. So Patreon, we're starting to throw in some exclusive content through there, and yeah, hope that you all enjoy that. Let's see, what else do we got going on. We drop new episodes Monday through Fridays, 5 days a week, 7 p.m. Okay, 7 p.m. on YouTube and Rumble, and uh on via podcast. So iHeartRadio, Spotify, Apple, Odyssey, wherever you listen to your podcast, we drop new episodes Monday through Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, as well as on YouTube at 7 p.m. and Rumble Eastern Standard Time at 7 p.m. You can also listen to our show on the radio airways. If you happen to be out of the the Metro Atlanta area, you can listen to our program Monday through Fridays at 11 p.m. on WDJY 99.1 FM. So we thank our friends over there, and we are actually we could be joining another market pretty soon. So fingers crossed, y'all. Fingers crossed. As you know, the Aaron T. Gavin Show, we're continuing to grow our audience each and every step of the way. We just want to keep getting that message of just great conversation, right? Having fun, staying informed, and just, great conversations with remarkable individuals from all walks of life, from the political space, from the entertainment space, from the finance space, entrepreneurship, you name it. We try to bring on everybody of influence here on this program. Uh, so yes, let me get going with some of our supporters, because look, without them, we could not continue to keep the lights running on. So I gotta shout out to some of our great supporters, like Ingenious Gin. That's right, looking for a spirit as bold and refined as you. Introducing Ingenious Gin, crafted with precision, infused with exotic botanicals, and balance for the perfect sip every time. Whether you're savoring it neat, mixing the ultimate gin and tonic, or shaking up a classic cocktail, Ingenious Gin is your ticket to a moment of pure sophistication. Experience ingenuity in every drop. Find Ingenious Gin at your favorite store, or you can shop online today. Ingenious Gin, the gin of thinkers. Do me a favor, please drink responsibly. You can only be 21 and older to make a purchase of this amazing rose gold bottle. Oh, by the way, did I mention that this is a black owned, veteran owned spirit company? Did I mention? I bet you I didn't. So look, yes, it is a veteran owned, black owned spirit brand. So delicious. I was never a gin lover until I had Ingenious Gin. I'll be honest. I'm a bourbon all the way. Nice glass of wine. But never really gin until I had this. So they made a believer out of me. And I go on, if you go on their website, ingeniusgin.com, they have the recipe to a drink they call Gin Royal. Let me tell you something. That is a delicious, delicious drink right there. Gin Royal. And it's one of their signatures. And so I just want to thank Ingenious Gin for being a proud supporter of the Arrington Gavin show. All right, my friends, look, we're going to take a quick commercial break. When we come back, we have a lot more of the Arrington Gavin show with you. So don't go anywhere, and do me a favor, do not change that dial. We'll be right back after this commercial breaks.
Become a man of distinction with Rugged Evolution Beard Care. Order our scented beard oils and beard balms to help you maintain and grow the perfect beard. Order today. Try our men's care products like the full body exfoliating cleansing bars, body wash, smooth stash, and more. Log on to our website or download our app to place your orders. Rugged Evolution Beard Care. We're your luxury but affordable men's care line. And remember,
rugged is the new smooth.
What's happening, y'all? What's happening? Welcome back to the show. Welcome back to the show. I am your friend, your homie, Arrington Gavin. Look, let's get it going with our tradition that we always up to share here and there on the program. That's our fun fact of the day. And on today's fun fact, did you know that I'm going to try to pronounce this word right? Tyronophobia? Tyronophobia is the fear of being tickled by feathers. Okay. Yes, that is our fun fact of the day. So if you happen to have a fear of being tickled by feathers, I mean, I don't think nobody likes to be tickled, for one. Yeah, I didn't know that was a fear thing, but there's phobias for all sorts of stuff. So yeah, there's such thing as a fear of being tickled by feathers. Not trying to offend anybody, but that is something I did not know. So as always, you learn something new every day here on the Arrington Gavin show. Let's get it going with some of our stories of the day. I want to talk more about Stephen Boss. We all know him as Twitch, the sidekick, as you can say, on the Ellen DeGeneres show. He was the in-house DJ, which really wasn't a DJ. He was just standing behind a platform like if he was a DJ, but he used to get the crowd going with his dance moves. He was a world-renowned choreographer or choreographer, dancer. He rose to fame from the show So You Think You Can Dance. I believe he worked alongside as a with that show, maybe as a mentor or as a judge. He had great success working with Ellen DeGeneres, and from there just continued to grow his platform. Sadly, he had and this was probably like 2 to 3 years ago, if I'm not mistaken. He had passed away by committing suicide. He was going through addictions that not everyone knew or were aware of, and yes, he lost his life from there. He left us at a young age. He had a family as well, and so the widow of Twitch is Allison Holker, who's also a fellow celebrity choreographer. She's writing a tell-all book and has been writing a tell-all book, I would say, for at least the past 6 months, and it hasn't been seen as I would say, like, Twitch's family is not happy about it with a lot of the stuff she's sharing about his past addictions, um, and stuff that to them it's like, okay, why could you let this man just, you know, pass in peace? Why are you bringing up this sad things? We're still trying to cope. We're still haven't fully healed, and yet you're trying to make a profit off of this. And apparently, there's bad blood between Ashlyn Folker, the widow of Twitch, and his family. There were allegations that she had them sign NDAs at his funeral. His family now, mother, brother, just family. Um, and it's not looking pretty. So this is reported by iHeart. It says here that the family of Twitch is seeking legal counsel against his widow, Allison Holker. Says here that the family is considering legal action against his widow over claims she's made about the late dancer amid the release of her new memoir. Now, recently, the Boss family shared a statement on Instagram announcing that they're seeking legal counsel to weigh their options in potential case against Holker, who released her book This Far: My Story of Love, Loss, and Embracing the Light earlier this month. Boss family has said that they're completely appalled by the misleading accounts and inconsistencies in Allison's book. In the statement, the family noted that they had repeatedly shown compassion toward Allison despite her disrespectful and invasion action. But Holker is trying to reshape Boss's story. Says here, and this was quoted by the family, says here, Stephen does not deserve this treatment in life or death, and her accounts caused us to doubt everything she was utterly publicly and privately. It says here, due to the unproven statements published by Allison's memoir, we have decided to seek legal counsel to examine this matter. Their statements reads, there are lots of unaware questions and we want answers. Now, here's my thing. Here's when it gets difficult, because I'm not aware of how many years Twitch and his and Allison were together. I know they have 3 children together. They really created a brand, a business together. They knew each other since the So You Think You Can Dance time, so they've known each other for years, and then eventually became an item. Now, we don't know what happens behind closed doors. Even Twitch's family does not know what occurs behind closed doors. Now, obviously, when he passed, like every person that passes, there's stuff that's handed. There's, especially somebody that's in the public eye, there's financial gain to it, possibly, that is given to the next of kin, which will be his wife and kids. Now, is all this legal action because of, oh, we didn't get our fair share of the pie? Is it frustration, the fact that she's writing a memoir telling basically the world their personal business, what happened behind closed doors? And to Twitch's family, they're like saying, please keep that private, because that's he's ours, right? And you're sharing the bad about him and not the good. As hard as it is to explain, Allison has the right, as his wife, his widow. She was front and center with all of it, because this is her memoir. This is not, oh, the Boss family. She's telling a little bit about her life, a little bit about his life in her memoir. The name of the memoir is called My Story of Love, Loss, and Embracing the Light. Obviously, the world wants to know, how are you holding up after all this had occurred? Now, this is, probably just could be tough love that the family don't want to read or look. And look, don't read it. Don't read it. Is it pissing them off because she's making a profit off of it? Probably, but guess what? She's also a single mother of 3. There's, she is trying to continue to, for one, make a living, but also probably tired of folks saying, "How are you been holding up? How have you been holding up?" Because it was a shocker to all when they heard about the passing of Twitch. It did not make any sense. It was so just boom in your face, like, wow, this really just happened. Now, I'm gonna play a little devil's advocate. If I was a part of the family, I'll be like, ma'am, you don't know. For one, they're an interracial couple, and I'm not trying to really bring race, but just other scenarios. They're an interracial couple. Twitch was black, his wife was white. Um, Sometimes and quote me if I'm wrong, guys, but correct me if I'm wrong, but in the black culture, we do tend to keep stuff private. We don't want the world to know. We don't tell everybody our business. Now, the opposite can occur sometimes in the white community. People be sharing all their business like this, that they don't care. They don't care. Um, but in a case like this, I think it's just hard on the family of the boss family, because they're like, look, don't write a book, don't make profit off of of his life. I mean, just don't write it at all. But she's like saying, look, this is not meant to bash the legacy of Twitch. This is about perseverance. This book can maybe help out someone else in the world when it comes to addiction, when it comes to personal demons. Let me read a little more of this story, a little more of this article. Uh, he passed away in 2022 at the age of 40. Says here in her memoir, Holker alleged that the former producer, Ellen DeGeneres' producer, struggled with substance abuse. So he was also a producer. I didn't know that he was also a producer of the show. He struggled with substance abuse. Um, Holker said she was aware that Boss used marijuana, but had no idea that Stephen was in an almost constant state of being high. She also claimed that she found a cornucopia of drugs in Boss's closet following his death. It's She's saying a lot, and I guess you can say, if Twitch was alive, would he want this to be shared to the public? Mm, we will never know. That's if he went through those. And here's the thing. Here's the thing. I hope that she's trying to put in the book, like, there were moments where I tried, just like, I don't. That I'm not hearing in these articles or reading in these articles, because if you see all this stuff and there's children around the house, this is your husband, wouldn't you want to seek help? If he's going through all this stuff, I was aware that he smoked marijuana, but I wasn't aware that it was to this. He was always on a constant high. Like, um, she quotes, what I found out was a lot more than shoes. There was a Ziploc bags of psychedelic mushrooms. Some of the bags were full, some were half empty, and few contained only 1 or 2 mushrooms. There were other substances that I had looked up on my phone. Says the autopsy cited that Boss didn't have any drugs in his system at the time of his death. So it wasn't substance that took his life. He struggled with his own personal demons. So I guess that's why he was always in that state of mind. And it's extremely sad. And for those who are going through addictions, please seek help. Please seek help. It's sad to see families head to the courtroom where really they should be lifting each other up. what's your take on this story, guys? What's your take? Is Allison Holker in the wrong for making a profit of the story of Twitch, the story that not everybody was aware of about his problems and addictions and drug substance abuse and things of that nature? Is she wrong for making a profit over that? Is she wrong? She passed in 2022. We're in 2025 right now, so it's been a few years. Is she wrong? Is Twitch's family wrong for telling her how to live her life and what she should and should not say about their son? Because that was her husband. Who's in the right? Who's in the wrong? Let me know what you guys think. I'll share a little bit on our social media page, maybe do like a polling or something. But please share your thoughts on what you think of this story, because this has been a long going story. And it's truly sad, because at the end of the day, this man had children and they have to witness that, because obviously they're into social media, right? They're reading everything that they hear on TV and probably in the classroom and things of that nature. Like, that's a lot. And 40 years old, young man, had a lot of life, had a lot of great things. He had so many other jobs and uh, uh, new projects that was occurring. I mean, he had a lot going for him. So it's truly sad to see it in this light, but we will continue to follow up with this. Let's move it on to our next story, guys. To bring a little light onto this after that last one. This was actually pretty funny in my opinion. So, says here, OnlyFans mom is banned from volunteering at kids' school after losing a lawsuit. So, let me go ahead and play you the sound bite if I can, and then I'll read an article I picked up from Vice that's related to this clip. So hold tight as I find that sound bite for you. I'm like, not the mamas, not the OnlyFans mamas trying to volunteer with the children. All right, let's go ahead and play this sound bite.
The mom says she was asked to stop volunteering at her kid's school because of her job as an adult entertainer on the website OnlyFans. This is 30-year-old Victoria Treese. Her attorneys provided photos of her to show the contrast between how she dresses in her daily life and for her profession.
You tell me. You're interrupting. She's a single mother. She got.
Okay. That video was a little choppy, but let me read you a little more of this story and content. So, OnlyFans moms, as I mentioned, banned from volunteering at kids' school after losing a lawsuit. So the lady's name is Victoria Treese. She was doing what many moms do for their kids while they're in school, volunteering. That was until the school discovered that she had an OnlyFans account and pulled her off the volunteer list. Now, here's the funny thing. How did they find out about her OnlyFans page? How did they find out about her OnlyFans page? Did somebody from the school pass that on? Did a parent? Did a student? Like, how did they find that out? And see, this is when the hypocrisy starts coming into play. So this young lady, I mean, she looks, I'm just gonna say, she could be no older than 30 years old. So, young mother, doing what she can. She's making a living, providing for her family, as well as being involved in her kids at school, which every parent should. It says here that the incident occurred a few years ago in 2021. She wound up suing Orange County Public Schools 2 years later. But just this week, her legal team, just in recent weeks, her legal team flipped around on her as the court sided against the Florida mom. Says here that a concerned parent anonymously sent illicit images of Treese. Okay, you hear that? An anonymous a concerned parent See, here's oh my gosh, this is what I can't stand about certain just how certain rules in the school system work and all this volunteering crap. Mind your business. Mind your business. How does that affect your children? How? This lady is doing her own, has her own life outside the school. She is not coming to school dressing scandalous, wearing, bringing her work into the school. No, she's not. She's being a mother and a supportive mother. She's not bringing that around your children. Now, if your children try and do so much nosing and digging around and looking up what, that's your children. Your children are the one to look. So look, you handle your kids. But the fact that a concerned parent is like, I don't like what she does, and I don't want her around my child, and I don't want her to. You literally ban somebody for volunteering for volunteering. Volunteer. How many times do you hear people say, "Oh, come on, we need volunteers. We need volunteers," and they're banning her from volunteering. It says here that the school, let's see, Sand Lake Elementary School principal received those illicit images from that concerned parent. The school barred her from further volunteering, which prompted her a lawsuit, as she should. She alleged that the images were sent out of the school officials without her consent, to which the court ruled against the statement. So again, y'all just sharing illicit pictures amongst yourselves. Instead, the court found the photos were only shared in exchanges when it was needed for deciding what to do. This is stupid. This is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. The parent uses a different name, which is someone. Okay, so somebody just trying to be petty. So this mother has a totally different name, yet a parent found out about the page, sends it to the principal, and now they banned her from helping out with any activities, being a supportive parent. That is damn ridiculous. Let's see here. Also says that she has the right to volunteer and that the hinders her ability to raise her child. Again, the court sided against her in both cases. Well, this is Florida we're talking, so they always gonna do something to keep up that far right politics. If you know what I mean, which is insane. When the initial incident occurred, the young lady Treese told the local NBC outlet that she felt judged and isolated from the ordeal. She said she had volunteered the prior 5 years. Also said she was humiliated and doesn't understand why other parents should be concerned about what other parents does for a living. And she's absolutely right. So if this young lady worked at Hooters, if she was a stripper, if she was a bartender, if she was a I don't know, a palm reader, if she was, I mean, I'm trying to think of quote unquote controversial ways you can, make a living. Like I don't I really, 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 really don't understand this world we live in, y'all. Her attorney echoed her concerns to the local news, saying what I can't get that word out. What authoritarian mentality allows somebody to point a discriminating finger at somebody and say we don't approve of you, and you can't be around their children. I'm gonna tell you what happened. Let me pause it. I'm gonna tell you what happened. This is me. One of them fathers, all right, one of the moms, right, one of the other mothers probably caught their husband checking out her IG page, not her IG page, as well as OnlyFans. And she is so embarrassed, so pissed. She's like, oh, really? Such as mother? That's why. Come on now. Come on. I know I'm catching some of y'all attention. This chick had a whole different name under her Instagram, I mean, on her OnlyFans platform. And another parent, a quote unquote concerned parent, sent images from that page to how you get images. How you get images? You had to have, I don't know, been a subscriber, because don't they, isn't a subscription based platform? I'm telling you, somebody's wife, somebody's child's parents are in back and forth, and they marriageable issues, and found out that her husband, all right, her husband got caught, got name stroking the chicken by looking on looking on her page, and now that wife is ticked off and it's like, oh, we gotta do something. I mean, come on, this is just this. I can't make this stuff up. Um, let's see here. Let's see here. Um, says here, from all accounts, it sounds like she never had any issues until one disgruntled parent acted childish and sent the risque. Yep. To be honest, and yep, it's unfortunate, y'all. It's unfortunate, and probably that concerned parent probably has a lot of pull within the community. Um, I mean, it's sad. It's sad because thou shalt not judge, y'all. Thou shalt not judge. You shouldn't judge anybody how they make their money, as long as it is a very legal act, is what she's doing. It is not illegal to have an OnlyFans page. So she's doing a legal act, providing for her family, volunteering at her school. She's doing everything a good parent and mother should be doing. Like, I don't get it. All I can say is, y'all, mind your business. Mind your business. Mind your business. Like, just, I don't understand. But I will say, I bet you this girl's OnlyFans subscribers probably went up even 20 times higher after hearing, because this story made national news. So she rolling in the dough. You know she is rolling in the dough. She's rolling in the dough. You know, I thought about having an OnlyFans page once. I did. Thinking of a character name and all that good stuff, because but to see the way the body looking, the way I still need to hit the gym a little bit better, I got a little keg down there. I gotta take care of my little pudge. You know what I mean? Because there was some times, man, when money was tight. Money was tight. I told my wife, I said, maybe, I might need to sell a little bit. Might need to sell a little bit to get some money. I don't know. Shoot, that's free. That's free money right there in your disposal. That is free money. That is free money. What do we got next here? What do we got next as I digress from this story? What do we have next, y'all? Let's see here. Let's move it on to sports. Shall we? So, real quick, two stories I want to mention. First one is I saw this across my feed of the upcoming NFL coaches that will be starting in their first season with their teams. And let me show you this list for those who are watching. For those who are listening, I'll share the names of that list with you. Let's see here. So, saw this list right here, and it gave, potential grades, just predictions on their seasons. We have first up Mike Vrabel. Mike Vrabel has been announced as the next head coach for the New England Patriots. They've already given him an overall grade for his inaugural season with them as their head coach, an A+. Mike Vrabel, he's coached the Tennessee Titans, had successful careers as a head coach. He was working with the Cleveland Browns. I'm forgetting what position or what his position was with the organization, but he's had quite a successful run as a coach. Also, he is a former Super Bowl winning champ as a player, captain. He's loved by a lot of players. He can relate to them. I think he played around like 14, 15 years. And for his longest, most successful careers was with New England. So it's like, hey, look, welcome home. The prodigal son return. Because it's who could replace Bill Belichick, right? You had such good years with Bill Belichick's a total of 6 championships, multiple time going to the Super Bowl. I mean, he was having a great era. So now you find a replacement in Mike Vrabel. Me personally, I'm still a bit frustrated the fact that you had Gerard Mayo, who was a rookie as a head coach. You give him 1 year to try and change a whole organization, and then you let him go after that 1 year. I'm not a fan of people that fire coaches after one season. I'm not a fan, especially if you a black coach in New England. Yeah, I'm definitely not a fan with that. But hey, it's already been done. You got Mike Vrabel. The world is predicting A+ in their season. I'm gonna say a D+ to maybe C-. He is a great coach, but let's see what kind of pieces they'll pick up during the offseason and like the end of the draft. I really don't know. Brian Schottenheimer is going to be coaching the Dallas Cowboys. They were already predicting his grade as an F-. Wow, that hurts. Because for one, it's Dallas. As long as you have Jerry Jones there, I don't think you're going to be seeing any success anytime soon. Jerry keeps his foot on the neck of whoever is the head coach because Jerry wants to be in charge. But Jerry needs to sit his old ass down, okay? He is almost 90 years old. He's the founder, he's the owner and I believe the general manager of the organization. Mine is still sharp, don't get me wrong. But please enjoy your billions and just be still. Just sit. Just zip it. Zip. Like you literally could have had a good turnaround with Mike. What's the name? Mike McCarthy. Man, won a Super Bowl in Green Bay. Why couldn't he bring that same success to Dallas? Think about it. Next up, we have Mr. Aaron Glenn. He was announced as the new head coach for the New York Jets. They're giving him a startup grade as a D. Just a flat D. He was a former NFL player as well. He had, I believe, 6 or 7 years with the with the New York Jets and some other squads. He's very passionate about the New York Jets organization. He's excited about the opportunity. He was the defensive coordinator for the Detroit Lions, so he was successful with that. But New York just needs an act from God to be sent down to that organization because they just struggle. This past season, they had 5 wins, 12 losses. Me personally, I don't think they will fire him after one season. I think they will give him. They gave Robert Saleh, I believe, 3 years, like almost 4, like 3.5 years, maybe. So we will see how they luck up with this guy. Ben Johnson, don't know too much about him. With Chicago, will be the head coach of the Chicago Bears. They're having him at an A, so that's actually pretty good. So I need to do my research on him. Next up, Liam Cohen. Liam Cohen was announced as the new head coach for the Jacksonville Jaguars. I think he went viral just by his very non-rhythm Duval chant. Duval. Duval. Man, if y'all see that video, it was I was like, whoo, he is trying his best. He's just so excited. He's not you can tell just by him saying it like that. I'm like, oh, I already know he ain't a two-stepper. He is not a two-stepper. That joker don't have no kind of rhythm. Diva. All right, let me stop. All right, next up, heading over to Las Vegas. Las Vegas Raiders announced Pete Carroll as their new head coach, starting them off with a B+. Now, Pete Carroll is also a successful coach who won a Super Bowl prior with the Seattle Seahawks. Remember that time they had one of the fierce defense, the Legion of Boom, with Ken Chancellor, Richard Sherman, Earl Thomas. Oh gosh, who else am I forgetting? They had a squad. Then you also had Beast Mode and Marshawn Lynch at the running back position for their offense. Russell Wilson, Percy Harvin. I mean, they were stacked with a bunch of weapons. That was the period where nobody could stop the Seattle Seahawks. But Pete Carroll had successful years on the collegiate level at USC. A successful level in the NFL. Now he's over there to the Raiders again, who had let their head coach in Pierce, last name Pierce. I'm forgetting his first name. He was a Super Bowl champ, won with the New York Giants. He was a part of that squad that beat the Patriots when Michael Strahan was there, Plaxico Burress, Eli Manning during that era. And then lastly, Kellen Moore. Kellen Moore was announced as the new coach for the New Orleans Saints. Now, Kellen Moore was also the offensive coordinator for this year's Super Bowl winning champs, this most recent year's Super Bowl winning champs, Philadelphia Eagles. Kellen Moore, they're starting him off with a B. He was also the offensive coordinator for the Dallas Cowboys. He was a former quarterback, not good of a quarterback. He was a backup most of his career and then went on to coaching. Got his start with Dallas, was successful there, and then obviously he had huge success with the Philadelphia Eagles organization. So it will be interesting to see how he plays out over there. Now, I want to stay in the sports world, and let's head down on the collegiate level. I don't know if y'all have heard, but Marshall Faulk, NFL Hall of Fame running back, Super Bowl champ from that was it The Greatest Show on Turf? Let me see if I can find where is it? There we go. Marshall Faulk was announced as the new running backs coach for the University of Colorado, the squad where, yes, Hall of Famer Deion Sanders is leading, and they had quite a successful season last year. They had a Heisman Trophy winner in Travis Hunter, their wide receiver. Deion Sanders' son, Shadur Sanders, their quarterback, is entering into the NFL draft. They had a great year. Now, I put up an image, guys, of 3 Hall of Famers are now a part of the Colorado coaching staff. One of them being their head coach, Deion Sanders, Coach Prime, 2-time Super Bowl champ, 2 professional sport athlete, by the way. I think he did about 7-8 years in the major leagues, as well as 14 years in the NFL. You got Warren Sapp, Super Bowl champ, Warren Sapp, 1-time Super Bowl champ. He won one with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And then you also have the new added person, Marshall Faulk, 1-time Super Bowl champ. And yes, all 3 of them are NFL Hall of Famers. Deion Sanders, class of 2011, Marshall Faulk, class of 2011, and Warren Sapp, class of 2013. Now, Warren Sapp, his position is a senior quality control assistant, primarily on the defense. Now, Marshall Faulk is one of the greatest of all time running backs in the NFL, receiving as well as running. He had great years with the Indianapolis Colts as well as the St. Louis Rams. Now, what caught my attention, guys, was the salary this man is making as a running backs coach. Now, this is going to be another conversation for another time, but you know, I'm a member of Hampton Roads, Virginia, right? My city is Chesapeake, Virginia, but Hampton Roads, it consists of 7 cities. One of those cities, in addition to city of Chesapeake, is Norfolk, Virginia. Norfolk, Virginia is the home of the HBCU, Norfolk State University, which announced recently that they were hiring NFL royalty to lead their football program, and that was Michael Vick. Okay, the man who changed the game for mobile quarterbacks. Michael Vick is, I believe he played about 13 years in the NFL. He was a Fox sports analyst for the time being, for quite a while. So with somebody with his stature, his fame, it's going to cost. Now for HBCUs, historically black colleges and universities, does not have the finances like a PWI, predominantly white institution, especially a big time sports school. We just don't have that kind of funds. Vic is going to be making around, I believe, 400 grand a year, which is, hey, for us hard working folk, that is good money right there. But for people that are at that level where that made millions on a regular, it's still a check is a check, but it is going to be an adjustment. It is somewhat of a pay cut. Okay, I'll just say that. Now, Marshall Faulk is the running backs coach. He's coaching one position of athletes. So in there, he might be coaching, I don't know. I'm going to say up to 8 guys max. I don't know how. Now in the NFL, you have a practice squad, then you have the active roster. Now, when I was in high school, we had maybe 4 running backs. Now, if you on an active roster in the NFL, you will probably have 4 running backs. So that's what I'm saying. I'm just making a guesstimate that Marshall Faulk will be coaching 8 guys, maybe including some of the quarterbacks to get some plays in. You want to know how much Marshall Faulk is going to be making his first year? Marshall Faulk will be earning in his first year $400,000. $400,000. Now, Michael Vick is the head football coach of a Norfolk State University Spartans, Division I, small D1, but it's Division I university program. He's making $400,000 a year. Marshall Faulk is a running backs coach, which is lower than an offensive coordinator. He's making $400 grand a year. It says here his contract includes a $300,000 base salary and an additional $100,000 for community outreach. So I need to look up that community outreach, because I'm like, are you telling me that whenever the team and the coaches do stuff within the community that is nonprofit related, quote unquote, feeding the homeless or helping the elderly, they gotta they pay you to do that? What? So community outreach, which will actually increase to $125,000 a year in the second year. Other benefits include, because his salary is only part of the compensation package. The other benefits include a courtesy car or a $600 monthly stipend for in-state travel, along with $20,000 for moving expenses. I mean, wow. And this is, by the way, this is Marshall Faulk's first time at coaching anything. He's getting paid $400,000. So look, I'm not mad at him making that money. I'm not mad at him making that money. I'm not mad at the fact that he is, because he is worth that and more. Likewise, Michael Vick is worth that more. My whole issue, guys, is I'm explaining to you all the difference between an HBCU and a PWI. Look at the salaries. Look at the, that is a big number that you got to just keep an eye on. I understand Norfolk State has not brought in numbers like Colorado. It's not on the level of Colorado. But hopefully, with seeing a lot of, high profile retired NFL stars that are coming to coach in HBCUs, I hope that does raise some more attention and the competitive level. And this is not to downgrade the athletes that play at HBCUs right now. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that at all. But what I'm saying is, you don't always have to rely on saying, oh, I got to go to an Alabama or this or that in order to really get the to play on that elite level. You can do so in an HBCU. Let's not forget, Jerry Rice went to an HBCU, Hall of Fame, by far second greatest wide receiver of all time. I say second because I'm a Randy Moss fan, but y'all might say the number one greatest wide receiver of all time is Jerry Rice. Played 21 years, close to 21 years in the NFL, multi-time Super Bowl champ. He played at an HBCU. Michael Strahan, Hall of Famer, Super Bowl champ, HBCU. Doug Williams won, I think, the only championship, if I'm not mistaken, or the only Super Bowl with the Washington at the time, the Washington Redskins, now the Commanders, HBCU. Did Terrell Owens go to HBCU? I don't know. I feel like he did. I could be, but there's so many success. Oh, Shannon Sharp, duh. Shannon Sharp went to an HBCU. So what I'm saying is, so many of the most well-known and successful Hall of Famers came from HBCU. So don't think that, oh, this is downgrading, I'm not going to get on that elite level. Look, you just got to put in the work and make a name for yourself. I think now with Vic at Norfolk State and even Deshaun Jackson at Delaware State, I think it will bring a lot of attention, a lot of numbers, revenue, so much other stuff. But again, I don't want to get sidetracked. I'm looking at my time right now. But that is a huge thing. That is major. That is major. But I just want to share that. So one more time, Hall of Famer Marshall Faulk, running backs coach, making $400,000 in his first year, will eventually be making $425,000 in his second year. Michael Vick is making, as a head coach for a football team, $400,000. So I just want to put that out there. What we're gonna do, guys, we're gonna take a commercial break. When we come back, I think I'll have some final thoughts on some more. Let me see. What I have time for another story. I just might have some time for one more, but we're gonna take a quick commercial break because I gotta take a little breather. But don't go anywhere, my friends. Again, you are tuning into the Arrington Gavin Show. We'll be right back after this commercial break. All right, what's going on, y'all? Welcome back to the show. All right, final story I want to share real quickly because this has just been on in my spirit. So R&B star, singer-songwriter, multi-time award-winning artist Neo have went viral because Neo is now living his best life. He's no longer a one woman kind of guy. He is a multiple, and he is very public about his multiple relationships because they attend they attend events all together. Yes, Neo has three, count them, 1, 2, 3, three girlfriends, and it's a video here showing. Well, here they say kissing his wives. I didn't know they were married. I thought they were just girlfriends, but this is from World Star Hip Hop. So this, I don't know how true this is or how accurate, but I know for sure they're his ladies. Three of them at the same time. It shows him kissing them backstage before he heads on to do a show. But let me just, for those who are watching, let me just show you this a little bit. And it's what's disgusting about this is because you hear somebody backwards saying, count them, one more, two, oh, there's another one, and three. Like there's a man in the back, like, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. To me, as a as a lover of women, as an advocate of women all around the world, to me that diminishes, that lowers, that truly disrespects womanhood by seeing three women sharing a lock on the lips with one man, like if he's their king, like if he's their fearless leader. Like it's just, we live in a society, y'all, where women are fighting for equal pay. Women is fighting for a seat at the table. Women is continues to fight on, fight on, fight on. And then you see things like this, moments like this that occurs, and it's like, okay, they're gonna take you back a few more years, maybe 10, 20 more years. Like, what are we doing? And coming from Neo, he's a clown to me at this point, because Neo will sing about, oh, Miss Independent, that's why I love her. He sings a lot of woman empowerment anthems, in the music scene. He's wrote songs for Beyonce. He's wrote songs for a lot of people. But it's like, you can't share one message and then do the opposite. Like, hey, like I said, you do you, man. You living your best life. Like a lot of men will say, oh wow, he's living a fantasy life. Three women at the same time. Oh boy. Look, I wasn't born yesterday. Obviously, fantasy wise, oh, that's probably every guy's dream. I mean, I'm not going to be dumb and say like, oh wow, three women at the same time. But I'll say it like this. I'm blessed to have one queen that has my back, ride or die. I'm a one woman person. That's me. That is me. Now this man messing with three at the same time, because why? That makes him think like, oh, now he's made it. Is that his way of saying I made to the top. I'm owning everything. I do this. Like, to me, it's disrespectful. It's extremely disrespectful. If you're a person who respected and loved your mother, to me, that is disrespectful. If you love and respect any woman in your life, to me, that right there is an example of disrespect. Correct me if I'm wrong, people, but that's just me. That is just me. Until next time, my friends, I'm looking at my time. Until next time, we're gonna share a little more of the of what we have in store for you at the Arrington Gavin Show. Be sure to tune in 5 days a week, Monday through Fridays, again at 7 p.m. 7 p.m. at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on YouTube at the Arrington Gavin Show, on our YouTube channel, the Arrington Gavin Show, as well as Rumble, and wherever you get your podcasts. Wherever you listen to your podcast, you can tune into the show. And you can also listen to us at 11 p.m. on the radio airwaves to our friends over in the Metro Atlanta area on WDJY 99.1 FM Straight Talk, Monday through Fridays at 11 p.m. I truly appreciate it, my friends. Y'all take care. Stay safe out there. Peace and blessings. Be sure to follow us on all social media platforms: Instagram, Blue Sky, X, formerly known as Twitter. I'm gonna keep on saying that just because, but as well as on Substack. Substack, I throwing my 2 cents and just share my thoughts and opinions on stories like this ordeal with Neo and his three wives. I think I'm gonna write something on Substack about that. So be sure to follow the Arrington Gavin Show on Substack. I truly appreciate it, and we got a lot more great things coming forth for you here on this program. And don't forget to tune into my monthly series called Arrington's Most Interesting People. All right, airing March 1st will be our third episode. So look, I'm out. Peace.